Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you the most difficult card I've ever created in my card making journey. I've been crafting for so many years, and this one was the most difficult for me. It might not be difficult for you, but for me, it really was. So if you do struggle from time to time with some card making ideas, please let me know that I'm not alone. So as you can see, I'm starting with that owl digi stamp, and this one comes from Polkadoodles. It's called Too Cute Owl. Can you believe it? And I'm going to use my alcohol markers from Noir, and these come from Neutral Set. I really like it because, as it is said, it is called neutral. So I really wanted to achieve 3D look on that owl. So I'm going to use the darker and lighter color to create that effect. As you can see, it is super simple so far. The most difficult thing about this project was to actually create it. I usually open my notebook and I draw some sketches or layouts for the cards I'm going to create. And believe it or not, it took me 5 hours to design this card in my sketchbook. I was thinking, how can I create clean and simple card, right? This is the question sometimes we have, but this one was the most difficult one for me because I love colors, I love shapes. So how on earth I'm going to create clean and simple card? That was a real challenge for me. If I manage to actually create that style, please let me know in the comments down below when you see it's finished. As you can see, I'm using those grays, but also I decided to use a little bit of blue to have tiny bit of variation because I do love color in the end, so I couldn't keep it monochromatic all the way. I did try, but it didn't work in the end. So let's have a little bit of blue here, right? Everyone loves blue. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. When this image is ready, I'm going to fussy cut it with my scissors. And if you're interested in any of the products I use in today's video, you can check the description down below because I left the links to most of them. When this is ready, yes, I'm going to use my scissors. And at this point, you can probably see the massive stain on my left hand. Can you see that pink? Believe it or not, I was playing with alcohol inks, and guess what? One of them just spilled on my glass mat. I tried to save it, and yes, I do have that stain. Luckily, it only stayed for a couple of days, not that long. But it is so tricky to get rid of alcohol ink stain from your skin. If you do have a trick, please let me know. Because guess what? That was not the biggest stain I got on my skin. Then, next to that pink, I also had a navy blue color ink, alcohol ink. And guess what? It spilled on my thigh. I couldn't get rid of it for over a week. Whenever I went swimming, everyone could see that massive stain on my thigh. It was just so embarrassing. So, if you do have a trick how to remove alcohol ink stain from your skin, please let me know. Here I've got some images from Polkadoodles, and these ones come from Lavender Tea collection. It's always a good idea to use your Google Slides or maybe PowerPoint and put all those images in, and then you can resize them. They can be as small or as big as you want. So as you can see, I didn't waste any of the paper because I can keep those flowers at least for future projects. And I'm using exactly the same blue alcohol ink here that I use for the clothes for the owl because I really wanted to keep it clean and simple. I really tried. If I achieved it, please let me know in the comments down below. So when the flowers are ready, it will be time to color in the leaves, and the same alcohol markers come from the same set from Noir Neutral because I really wanted to keep everything like mixed and matched. I thought that would be the best idea for clean and simple card. Is that the way you do it? Please let me know. Because as I told you, clean and simple don't really work with me. It is the massive struggle. It is a real struggle for me. So if you do have any tips how to create them, please let me know in the comments down below. So adding that green, I think that really made this card pop a little bit more. But that was not the whole point of the card, right? And when the leaves are ready, I'm going to use my scissors to fussy cut all those elements. If you want, you can also use your scan and cut or Cricut machine if you do have them. But at this point I thought, yes, let's use the scissors. I absolutely love fussy cutting, so let's do it. The shapes are not very tricky, so yeah, it's not a waste of time, right? So let's have a look at all the elements I've got so far. So I got 3 flowers, an owl, and couple of leaves. Would that make a good, clean and simple card? Do you think it would be good? Or should we add or take away few things? I'm really curious what you think, and please, if you do have any tips about clean and simple cards, leave them in the comments down below. If you're interested in Polkadoodles designs, I left the links to all the products here, but also I left the link to the blog where you can find all the other projects for clean and simple cards other crafters have created for this challenge. So if you do like this style, please let me know what's your best trick. As you know, I love Polkadoodles designs, and if you go to the website, I'm usually overwhelmed with all those digi stamps you can use. They also have amazing background papers and sentiments, but they also have something new that I haven't realized when I had a look for the first time at their website. They also do, believe it or not, they do SVG files. And yes, they don't always go with the stamps or design papers, but they also have background SVG files. So when I saw them, I thought, oh, that would be a good way to create clean and simple card, right? So when all those elements are ready, then you have to decide about the size of your card base. And at this point, I thought, let's create 6 by 6 inches because I really like square cards. If you as the same, please let me know in the comments down below. It is time to put all those elements on the side so we do have some space to actually create the card, right? If you do the same, please let me know. Or how do you keep your surface tidy during your project? If you have any tips, I'm really curious. So here you can see the background design, that SVG file from Polkadoodles. It's called Lattice Diamond. So I thought, let's bucket it on just white square. Would that work? Do you think that will keep it clean and simple? So I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to put those elements together on a card. And at this point I thought I really like it. Okay, sort of. It's not that colorful as usual, but is there a way I can make it even more special? So I had a look at my stash and I found a cotton ribbon. So I thought, yes, let's use it. Would that keep it clean and simple? I'm not really quite sure. But in the end, it is white on white, right? So it should work. And as you can see, I really tried my hardest not to use too many colors or shapes for this card. So it's always a good idea to turn your card over and then finish sticking your ribbon there. As you can see, this is my 6 by 6 inches card base, and I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to put all those elements together, because you do have time to maneuver them if you make a mistake. So when this is ready, it will be time to adhere all those elements, starting with the owl. I do encourage you to do a dry run first, so you know exactly where all the elements go. Now it is time for the flowers, and I decided to shape them a little bit, and I think that would really make that card very special. Do you do the same with flowers you create, or do you just keep them flat on your project? I'm really curious, what's your favorite way to add them on your card? When this is ready, I'm going to add some leaves, and at this point I thought, I think these flowers are missing one thing. How can I make them even more special? Do you know what? I had a look at my stash and I just couldn't help myself. I had to use a few, you probably guessed it, yes, I have to use a few pearls. They have to be special, right? So here they are, and these are off-white. So I thought they will work, right? It is slightly different color, but in the end, it will add that, let's say, pop element to that clean and simple. I also have that happy birthday sentiment, and I'm going to trim it and add the same color I use for the owl, using the same alcohol markers. You don't always have to use your Distress Oxide inks, your alcohol markers will work as well. So you can use your brush nib or chisel nib, and that will be absolutely fine as well. To make sure that this sentiment stands out a little bit more on the card, I'm going to use my double-sided foam adhesive, because why not, right? We cannot keep everything flat on the card. If you agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. So when this is ready, it's always a good idea to use your pokey tool, especially with double-sided foam adhesive, because sometimes it is so sticky you cannot use your fingernails. When this is ready, we can finish the card, and guess what? There is plenty of space to write your message inside, and it stands proudly on the flat surface. So what do you think about my clean and simple card? Was it worth the 5-hour effort and challenge? I'm really curious what's your thought here. Here you can see my other projects I created for Polkadoodles, and don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting! See you in my next video. Bye for now!